Many years ago, in the quiet village of Amugu, there lived two brothers, Obinna and Kenechukwu. Obinna and Kenechukwu were princes in their village. Their father was the king of the village. People respected him. Whenever he spoke, even the wind seems to stop. He was tall and bold. He was a very wise king who used wisdom to settle quarrels, and his judgment guided the land. Obinna was the first son. He was a very calm and gentle young man. He liked to listen more than talking. When elders spoke, Obinna would always bow his head, keep quiet and listen. He would always think twice before he replies. Obinna does not use eye and see where two siblings are fighting. He would always go there, separate them, and settle the fight peacefully. But many people thought Obinna was too quiet. Just because of his calm nature, they thought that because of his too quietness, he cannot be able to rule the kingdom when his father finally passes on. But Kenechukwu, on the other hand, is the younger son. He was very different. Kenechukwu was loud. He laughed big. He liked hanging out with his friends, and publicly he liked speaking. He could tell stories that made people cheer, laugh. And Kenechukwu was the most handsome among the two. Women always turned their heads whenever he walked past. Because of his cheerful nature, people loved him and wished he was the first son. And they began to say that to his hearing. Even his friends were not left out. They would always praise him and tell him that he's more bold, courageous than his brother. That they wish he was the first son, because a king is supposed to act bold and very courageous, not the one that was inside, always hiding around their mother. He barely spoke, and he's always on his own. How will he be able to rule the kingdom? As Kenechukwu continued to hear all these praises, a lot of stupid thoughts started coming inside his head. Because the king was already getting older, the man became sick. Sometimes, he barely came out of his room to see the elders of the community and have a meeting with them. It became so worse that even the elders started whispering and asking who would take the throne, since the king is no longer healthy and fit enough to have discussions with the elders. They were having an argument between themselves if it is Obinna, the elder son, because Obinna is too quiet. He does not know how to command. It must be Kenechukwu, because Kenechukwu speaks well and he carries himself like a leader. 3 elders sat down and was discussing this. They were saying all of this in the palace the day they came to see the king but couldn't see him. Kenechukwu, fortunately, was standing behind them and was listening to all their discussion. As he heard all of this, his chest swelled up, and he gave him all the morale and rights he needed to behave like the king already. He started behaving, started commanding people anyhow. He started parading himself as the king already. Even when Obinna heard everything, he didn't even move. He didn't even argue. He continued and focused on the work ahead. He kept on helping his father, cleaning up after him, sitting down with him for a long time discussing. While Kenechukwu went on and on parading himself, calling himself the next king, all because he felt the people loved him more than the brother. As the king's sickness started getting more worse, he called one of his most trusted elder. The man came and went inside to see him inside his bedroom. The king said to him, "My time is near. I must write the name of the next king of this community." The most trusted elder looked at him. "Well, are you thinking? Is it Kenechukwu? Because people are already expecting him to be the next king, since he's so courageous, bold, and outspoken, unlike the first son, Obinna. The king shook his head. No, leadership is not noise, it is patience. I know I am also bold and very outspoken, but Kenechukwu is bold, but his pride is dangerous. Things get in his head a lot, and that is very bad. But you see Obinna, he's quiet, but he listens. And a king must listen before he speak. I choose my first son, no matter what you all talk about. He would be the one that will rule after me. But the elder looked at the king. What, my king? The people believed in Kenechukwu. The king said to him, let them believe what they want. When I die, bring out this paper with my blood as a stamp. It will settle everything. The elder sealed the writing and hid it. As days turned into weeks, Kenechukwu started to notice that his father spent more time with Obinna. He would always see them sitting together in the evening, talking in low tones, and he grew jealous and also suspicious. What are they always discussing about? Well, I will not take this so. Out of anger, he then confronted his brother Obinna one night. Wait oh, what do you and Papa always discuss every evening? Obinna smiled and said to him, we talk about farming, we talk about peace, and we talk about how to settle quarrels in the village. I am learning from Papa, that is all. Kenechukwu laughed so loudly. Ah, farming and peace. My brother, stop deceiving me. Oh. You want to take my throne, eh? You and Papa are planning against me, Abi? Obinna smiled again. Kenechukwu, you are too proud, my brother. Bring your high horse down. The throne is not even mine. It belongs to whoever God and Papa chose. Kenechukwu became more angry. See, whatever you and Papa is discussing is the business of the two of you. You cannot be pretending to be holy. You may fool Papa, but you can never fool me. You see this throne? It is mine, and I will not allow you to steal it. Kenechukwu angrily stormed out. Because Kene tried to win the hearts of the villagers, there is now a competition and an issue started rising. Two women at the market stood and started discussing about the matter. One of the women supported Kenechukwu. She said to the other, Kenechukwu is bold. A leader must speak and a leader must command. Then the other person did not agree. No, look at Obinna. He's the first son. He is quiet, yes, but his heart is very calm. He's a man that thinks before he acts. That is true strength. That is something Kenechukwu does not have. But the other disagreed. If I am to vote, Kenechukwu should be the king. And guess what? He would be the king because a lot of people support me. But the other woman refused. To fear, God forbid. How can a first son be alive and the second one will be crowned king? That is a very bad thing you people are talking about. Forget about who have strength or not. Let's do the right thing for once. The more Kenechukwu heard about the gossip and that people want him to become the king, the more restless he became. It even affected his sleep. At night, he would just be tossing around on his mat. He kept on telling himself, I am the true leader. I cannot let Obinna take what belongs to me. If Papa names him the next king, I will fight it. I will never bow. He stayed awake throughout the night, thinking of his next action. Then, the next day, during evening, he gathered few of his friends. Outside the palace, all of his friends, all of them sat down and they started discussing. Kenechukwu then said to them, "My brothers, you know me. I am bold, I am strong, I will bring wealth to this village. But my father wants to cheat me. He wants to give the throne to Obinna because he is the first son. But Obinna is too quiet. Will you allow it?" "No." The friend said, "We cannot allow it, never." That statement, that answer, sparkled Kenneth's eyes the more. Good. When the time comes, we will rise. If Obinna tried to sit on that throne, we will stand against him. Because he's my brother. I don't hate him, but he's been very manipulative. A quiet person that cannot judge rights cannot sit on that throne. And the people already loves me, and they want me to be the next king. I don't even need to do too much. I've already have the support of the people. What I need is the support of my friends, and the throne will be mine. The friends continue to say to him, "We are behind you, Kenneth. The throne is yours." From that day, Kenneth walked with more pride. His heart was filled with fire. But what he did not know was that the same fire would burn him one day. Their mother was seeing everything that was going on. She decided to call the two of them to order. One evening, she called Kenneth and Obinna and told them to sit down because she wants to talk to them. The both of them sat, and the mother started. "My sons, listen to me. The two of you are brothers. The throne is not worth your blood. Obinna, you are kind. You are calm. Kenneth, you are bold. You are courageous. Both of you have the gifts. There is nothing in this world that can make the two of you to be alike. That is nature for you. But pride will destroy you if you are not careful." Kenneth, knowing where the mother was already going, cut her off. "Mama, please, stop this, okay? Stop worrying yourself. I am only claiming what is mine." Obinna just bowed his head and said, "Mama, I will not fight my brother. He is free to take the throne if he thinks he deserves it. But what I will not take is injustice. If I am chosen as the next king, I will serve my people. But if I am not chosen, I will give way for him to take the leadership. After all, what is the fun in being a king? It comes with a lot of tax. And please, Kenechukwu, do not say ill things or bad things about me. I am cool if you become the next king. I just want to let you know that I will never fight you." But Kenechukwu was still angry. He kept on calling Obinna a very pretentious person, that he's very cunning and trying to win the hearts of the mother and father by acting the good person. Their mother looked at Kenneth. She was really sad and worried. "Kenechukwu, do not let greed blind you. If you lose your brother, you lose yourself. You can see that your brother do not want to fight you, but it's as if your heart is full of rage of something that I personally do not know about. Is this thing about the leadership, the king leadership, or another thing? Because you are taking it too far." But Kenechukwu did not listen to her. His ears was already closed. He does not want to listen to any advice coming from the mother who is already against him. And so, while the father prepared Obinna to be the next king, Kenechukwu kept on sharpening his ambition like a knife in the dark. But as each day passes, the king grew weaker. He could not longer walk a far distance. He stayed inside his room all day. Kenechukwu kept on observing because he was already waiting for the father to die already so that he would take up the throne. He gathered his friends again one evening. They all sat outside. He brought out palm wine for them. They were drinking and they were discussing. Kenechukwu said to them, "Guys, I think the time is coming. Very soon my father will die. I noticed that His sickness is getting more worse by the day. This time around, he barely walk. So, I don't want this throne to slip off my hands. One of the friends asked him, but what if he names Obinna the next king? What would you do? Ekene became really angry. Please don't say such nonsense again. This will never happen. I will never allow it. If my father names Obinna the next king of this community, I will fight it. The elders will stand with me. Then, another of the friends asked him, how sure are you that the elders will stand by you? Kene leaned closer and whispered to them, money is the key. I will give them money. I will give them goods. I will give them all the things they requested. I will promise them power. Then they will choose me. Trust me now. They love money. They love power. That is how to get them. The friends were really impressed. Wow, you are wise, oh. If this is what you will do, then the throne is yours. The next week, Kene did not even waste time. He started visiting those elders secretly. When he goes, he will carry drink, 1 goat, and plenty money. He gives some of them bags of yam. The first elder that he went to visit, he brought yam, goats, and some big amount of money for him, and then said, please, think well, my elder. If my brother becomes the next king, he will bring disgrace to this community. He's too weak. But look at me. I will lead with strength. Stand with me and I will reward you. The elder smiled. Looking at the whole gift, he couldn't say no. No problem, my son. We will stand by you. And then went to the next elder. He brought palm wine, money, and plenty tubers of yam. Obinna is too quiet, he said to the next one. He cannot protect anyone in this community. He cannot fight for us. But with me, you will see what I can do. The elder smiled. You are very generous, my son. There is no problem. We are standing with you. Soon, Kene went to all the elders' houses one after the other, gifting them, asking them to support him. Some collected the gifts and said they will stand by him. Some collected the gifts and still made up their mind that they will stand by the truth. Then, weeks later, the king completely shut down. He no longer talk, which means he can no longer communicate with the elders, and they would need a new ruler that would replace him. Now, the case of the next king began. The chief priests of the community sent out invitations to all the elders and the members of the community that they should gather at the market square. That is where they would stand and pick the next king of this community. But since the king is still breathing, the next king will have to calm down if the king eventually becomes better. But if the king dies from his sleep, it means that the next king will continue to rule. Soon enough, the date of the coronation arrived. Everyone arrived at the market square. Men, women, children, all of them stood there waiting. Obinna sat quietly on one side. He was just looking calmly, while Kenechukwu sat on the other side. He was busy, smiling, feeling proud. In his mind, already he's the king, nothing else. When the chief priest came out, Kenechukwu did not even allow him to say any word. He jumped up and said, "This is the will my father wrote. Here is the proof." He opened the paper and read it loudly. "I, Chief Ahanna, the king of this community, I choose my son Kenechukwu to sit on the throne. He is strong, he is bold, he will lead the people well." Obinna was confused. In fact, he was shocked. He stood up immediately and shouted, "This is not true. Our father never said that. But Kenechukwu's friend started shouting, "It is true, the will is here. Obinna, you are the one lying. The throne belongs to your brother." As they started arguing, the chief priest had to come out and lift off his staff. Everywhere became silent. The chief priest then looked at Kenechukwu. "This paper you are holding is false. Your father gave me the true secret. He said, when the time comes, bring out the sacred staff. Place it in the hands of my sons, the one whose spirit carries patience, the one who has been chosen by the gods. The staff will know him. And also, your father had already written a will on the person he wants to succeed. But he wants to do a fair trial so that you would not say it wasn't from him. I am going to place a staff on your hand. If the sacred staff shines when you carry it up, know that you are the next king of this community." Kene was so impatient. He quickly asked the chief priest to give him the staff. Let him show him that he is the one that will be the next king. The chief priest brought out the staff and gave it to him. Kenechukwu grabbed the staff with both hands. He raised it high, but it stayed dull. There was no glow, no light. Everyone in the crowd started whispering, why is he not shining? Maybe he's not the true one, no. He's not the one chosen by the gods." But Kenechukwu shouted, "You people should stop making noise. Wait, it will shine. It must shine." He kept on waving and waving at it, but nothing happened. Then the priest turned towards Obinna. "Now you, Obinna, hold this staff." Obinna stepped forward. He touched the staff. The moment his fingers wrapped around it, he didn't even raise it up. A golden glow spread like fire. The light covered Obinna's face, and the people started shouting, "Hey, Obinna is the chosen one. Chineke, it is true." Just then, Kenechukwu's forged paper fell from his hand, and the people turned on Ekene. "You are a deceiver, so you deceived all of us. I heard you bribed the elders. You wanted to steal the throne that belongs to your brother. Have you forgotten that you are the younger son and Obinna is the elder? Thank God you are exposed today. A liar can never be a king in this community. A proud man cannot wear the crown." Kenechukwu was already broken. He fell on his knees and started crying. "No, this cannot be. I am the leader. The throne is mine." But no one paid attention to him anymore. They all turned towards Obinna, the one that the gods has chosen. The staff was still glowing in his hands, and the people kept on shouting his name, "Obinna, the true son of the land." Just then, Kenechukwu noticed that one by one, all his friends that were standing behind him suddenly disappeared into the crowd. He turned and was looking for them. "Chika, Obi, where are you guys now? Are you not supposed to stand with me?" But none of them answered. They had all abandoned him and ran away. They couldn't even face the shame. One of the elders stood and faced Kenechukwu. "You are the son of our king. That is why we are going to respect you. But you have disgraced your family. You have also disgraced the land. You tried to deceive us all. First of all, you went around and bribed the whole chiefs in this community. Do you think that after giving them all those things, they will reject it? Never. They can never reject a generous gift, but they will always stand by the truth. Did you notice that no one stood by you as you were spilling all the rubbish you were spilling? That's because we have what is called sense, common sense. But for trying to deceive the whole community, you will lose your honor." Kene immediately fell on the floor. knowing the consequences of his action was about to haunt him. Please, elders, forgive me, oh. I only wanted what I thought was mine. Please give me another chance. No, you cannot sit here anymore. From today, you are banished from this community. Leave this land before the sun rises tomorrow. Kene cried out. Banished? No, this is my home. My father is still the king. You guys cannot do this. Yes, we can. We are the elders of this community and we are authorized to give out punishment to someone that wants to deceive the whole community and lie his way to becoming the king. That is a very bad blasphemy in this community, and the consequences of such is always death. But we chose to banish you. Better go elsewhere and start up your life. Kenechukwu started begging. Obinna, please, speak for me now. Tell them to forgive me. Please. Obinna turned, even though he was really hot because the punishment was really harsh. Kenechukwu, I warned you. Mama warned you, but you did not listen. I cannot save you from what you used your own hands to do. Kenechukwu pleaded, cried, but no one listened. After Kenechukwu was taken away by the guards, they went to go and lock him up so that the coronation would continue. Afterwards, they will have time to go and take Kenechukwu out of the community. Obinna was crowned the king. Everything they wanted to do, the celebration, everything went well. After Obinna was crowned the king of the community, he stood and made a statement. Thank you all for believing in me and for making me the next king of this community. First of all, I noticed that we do not have a school in this community, and the first thing I will try to get is a school. We have a land already and we work towards working with the government to bring in school to this community. Everybody was so happy and they were clapping for him. He then said again, for the rules of someone lying and deceiving people, that consequences of killing the person and sending the person out of the community by banishing them, I abolish it today. The person will serve a punishment, but the person must not die or be banished. So, my brother Kenechukwu will not be banished from this community. He will be removed as the prince of this community. He will live as a common man, but he is still my brother and my blood. The elders started murmuring among themselves. Most of them did not like the changes that Obinna just brought, but they have no choice. Obinna is the king now, and they must listen and obey him. That was how Kenechukwu was forgiven by Obinna, and he was removed as a prince. Even though he stayed at the palace, but he stayed as a common man. He was not given the title of a prince anymore. Even though Kenechukwu learned his lessons the hard way, it shows us that being courageous and proud does not give you the right to do the wrong things. Because noise is not leadership. Leadership belongs to someone with a calm heart, someone who is observant and listens but talk less. Hello besties, I hope you enjoy my story. Please keep supporting your baby girl. Share this story to your loved ones. Give it a very big thumbs up and do not forget to click that subscribe button, very important. See you all on my next story. Goodbye and stay blessed.